In this video, we're going to show you how you can record your lecture content directly through YuJa. YuJa not only makes it easy to record, but it also provides some cool navigation tools for your students when viewing your lectures. Let's get started. First, we're going to go to uci.yuja.com. You can choose between logging in with your UCI Net ID or YuJa credentials. We're going to log in with our UCI Net ID. So here I'm in my My Media main folder, and you can see I've already created different folders based on different projects I've been working on. So I'm going to go up to the top where it says Create Recording. If I've never created a recording with YuJa before, I'm going to want to download the YuJa Capture software station. I'm going to click Download and follow the instructions to install the software on my computer. After you've installed the software, it should look like this in your applications. If you've just downloaded the software and you've never recorded anything before, you're going to want to make sure the YuJa Software Capture Station has access to both your microphone and your webcam. You may have to grant access to the program through your system preferences. So I'm going to go to Security and Privacy, and I want to make sure that under my camera and my microphone, I have YuJa selected under both. If you try to create a recording and YuJa doesn't have access to your camera and microphone, you could get an error message or it may not let you record at all. This is especially a problem with recent versions of Mac OS X. It doesn't automatically gain access to your camera and microphone. You have to make sure you grant it access. Now that we've downloaded the YuJa software and we've allowed it access to our camera and microphone, we can now either create a recording by hitting Create a recording from the web browser, or by double-clicking the YuJa software capture icon in our applications. I'm going to create a recording directly from the browser. So I'm going to hit Start, and it's going to ask me to open the YuJa software capture station. And this is what you'll see. So as you can see, we have a video source, and we have a screen source. And over here are our options. I can either choose to have no video if I just want to share my screen, but for this recording, I want to have some video. If I had an external webcam plugged in, I could choose it from this drop-down menu here. I only have my internal webcam, so I only have one option. If I want to configure my settings for recording, I can click this little gear for advanced settings. It'll give you YuJa's recommended resolution and frame rate based on your computer's processing power. However, I might want to repurpose this video later, so I want my webcam to record a little higher, in, let's say, 640. I just want to be a little clearer. We can also choose our audio source from the audio menu. I want my microphone on, and I'm only using one microphone right now, my built-in one. If I had multiple audio sources, I could choose which one I want to use right here in the drop-down menu. I'm going to use my built-in microphone, and then I can choose to either record or not record my computer screen. I have a PowerPoint presentation, so I want to make sure I'm recording my screen as well. So whatever you see in this main window of your YuJa software capture station is what you're going to be recording. We can give our video a title. I'm going to call this my YuJa video demonstration, and a short description if we'd like. We can also select which folder we want to save our video to by clicking on the folder icon. I've already created a folder for the Digital Learning Institute, and that's where I want to save this video. Don't worry if you haven't created a folder yet for your course or for your project. You can always create a folder later and then move your videos around. I'm going to hit Save, and now we're ready to record. I'm going to hit the Start button in the bottom right corner, and YuJa is going to give me a countdown. Once it starts recording, I'll have this little toolbar down in the bottom right-hand corner that will allow me to pause my video, stop my recording, or bring up the YuJa software interface. Now I'm ready to start presenting. So I'm going to bring up my PowerPoint and play it just like I would if I were in the classroom. So welcome to my presentation. This is a demonstration of recording your videos in YuJa. So far, we've logged into uci.yuja.com, we installed the YuJa software station, and we granted YuJa access to our camera and microphone. We're currently recording And our next steps are going to be to finish our recording, and then I'm going to show you how you can trim your video in the YuJa video editor. And that's the end of my presentation. So I'm going to exit out. I can either hit the stop button down in the corner from the YuJa toolbar to stop my recording, or I can stop it from this interface. I'll hit finish. It'll ask me if I'd like to save my video. I'm going to hit save. And now let's go back into the YuJa website. So now I'm back on uci.yuja.com, and I'm in the folder where I saved my video, the Digital Learning Institute folder I'd created. And you'll see my video's already here. However, it is still processing. So I'm going to give it a few minutes to finish processing, and then I'll show you how you can trim it in the YuJa video editor. Now, I was recording a little bit before I started giving my PowerPoint presentation and a little bit after, and I don't really want that little beginning and end bit to make it to my final video. So I'm going to trim the beginnings and endings of my video through the YuJa video editor. So now that my video is finished processing, I can hover over the thumbnail and click Edit. This will launch the YuJa video editor. The YuJa video editor requires no additional software and is extremely easy to use. So here we can see my video. We have 3 tracks: my audio, my primary screen, and my secondary screen. And I can scrub through my video by clicking and dragging. You can also hit the play button and it'll start playing your video. Now I'm gonna advance through a little bit until I get to my PowerPoint presentation. So this is where I want my video to start. Now everything before this playhead, I don't really want people to see. So I'm going to click this Trim Start button, and it's going to put a gray box over everything up until I've positioned my playhead. That's going to edit out this entire beginning portion. Now I'm going to scrub through to where I want my video to end. And that's the end of my presentation, which is about there. So this is where I want my video to end. And I don't want this extra stuff to the right of it. So now I'm going to click the Trim End button, and it's going to gray out the end. So these gray areas are the parts I want cut, and I want to just keep this clean area in the middle. So now I'm going to hit Save, and it'll give me a couple options. I can either exit without saving, in which case none of our editing will happen. I can replace the existing video, which will delete the original, or I can save this as a new video. I'm going to click Save as New Video, just in case I'm editing a little bit too much and I want to go back to that original recording. So I'll hit Save as New Video, and it's automatically going to take me back into my main media folder. So now I'm going to go to my Digital Learning Institute folder, and you'll see I have the original video we just created, my YuJa video demonstration, and now I have a new video, the one we've edited. So let's give it a few minutes to process, and then we'll take a look. So now I'm going to play my edited video. And as you can see, we've got my webcam feed and my screen feed. And the cool thing about YuJa is your students can actually swap which screen they want to see as their primary. And your students can toggle between these 2 screens at any time. YuJa also creates a handy index marking your PowerPoint changes in your presentation. This helps students navigate through your video presentation and jump around to points they may want to review. But I think this video looks good, and I think we're ready to post it to our class. I hope you've learned a lot, and I'll see you next time.